If you're a fan of sim racing, chances are you've been eagerly awaiting for Assetto Corsa EVO to drop. The promise of enhanced realism, jaw-dropping visuals, and a deeper driving experience had the community buzzing. But now that it's finally here in early access, does it live up to the hype? Or does it struggle to get off the line like Lando Norris starting on pole? Let's get right into it then. Now bear in mind, this is early access, so the game isn't fully completed, so some of my critiques will likely be resolved by the game's full official launch. Let's get started with the highlights. Wow, does EVO deliver on some fronts. First up, let's talk visuals. Assetto Corsa EVO pushes the boundaries of what a sim racer can look like. The lighting and car reflections glint realistically, shadows dance dynamically, and the tracks are incredibly well detailed. The weather system deserves its own shout out. Watching storm clouds roll in and seeing the track shimmer under headlights as rain falls is genuinely stunning. Rain racing has never looked or felt so good. For an early access game, the selection of 20 cars and 5 tracks, though modest, is solid. Each vehicle feels distinct, and the tracks offer a mix of old favourites and fresh layouts to test your mettle. Now, the key to a successful simulator are the physics, something that AC1 and ACC did very well. As for Assetto Corsa EVO, once you're behind the wheel, this game shines. Cars handle beautifully with a tangible sense of weight and precision. It's a joy to nail a corner, feeling every single bump and nuance of the road beneath you. While not perfect, the audio mostly hits the mark. Engines roar convincingly and ambient sounds enhance immersion. That said, some cars have rattly, distorted sound issues, particularly when bouncing off walls. It's not a deal breaker, but it's definitely noticeable. As we know fine and well, no racing game launches without hiccups, and EVO is no exception. If you've tried logging in since launch, you've probably encountered the dreaded unable to connect message. Online only features have rendered much of the game inaccessible for some players, which is very frustrating. As the servers were expected to be available at launch, they simply haven't been able to. As many different players try to jump online, the server seems to have collapsed. Hopefully this is resolved soon. Plugging in a controller while using a wheel? Be prepared for chaos. The game struggles to manage inputs, leading to awkward moments of unresponsiveness. It basically stopped my wheel from working, but once it was unplugged, the wheel responded perfectly fine. Button mapping. Where do we even begin? Or more accurately, where does it feel like we're beginning from scratch? Setting up controls is an oddly tedious process in EVO. You'll need to manually configure almost every single button, which takes way longer than it should, and you might find yourself going through your AC1 settings trying to match them. It's a bit of a pain. Performance isn't quite there yet. On mid-range rigs you might struggle to maintain a steady frame rate, especially when cracking up the graphics. Some tweaking will likely be needed to get it running smoothly, which isn't surprising for early access, but still worth noting. Oh, the AI. If you were hoping for a revolutionary upgrade from Assetto Corsa 1, keep hoping. The AI is bizarrely oblivious to human drivers, sticking rigidly to their lines and sometimes panicking when you get close. It's more amusing than aggravating, but there's definitely room for improvement. And to be fair, for early access, was the AI really a priority? At least it works, it's functional. It's definitely something that is 100% going to get improved as the game develops. Despite its flaws, Assetto Corsa EVO has the makings of something truly special. The solid driving mechanics, jaw-dropping visuals, and strong foundations make it clear that this game is brimming with potential. If the developers can iron out the bugs and deliver on promised features, this could easily be a contender for Game of the Year. Here's the million-dollar question. Should you dive into early access? At €30, it really depends on your priorities. If you're eager to support the developers and experience the game's foundations as they evolve, it's worth considering. However, if server issues and unfinished features are deal breakers, it might be better to wait for a more polished version. With free roam coming in the summer, and even more features on top of that, one thing is for sure, Assetto Corsa EVO may be a little bumpy out the gate, but it's racing towards greatness. So what do you think? Have you tried out Assetto Corsa EVO yet? Let me know in the comments below, and while you're there, please remember to like, share and subscribe. hit the bell icon for notifications on my newest uploads, and as always, thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you all very soon.